still do fingerprint and all that crap.
In other words, if you want a loan that's
I like this phone, Pixel, but it was overrated.
Pixel's a good phone.
Overrated.
Why? What's over? Why? It's got a great camera. It's fast. What else do you want in it? The new version's probably got facial.
NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
If you want to keep somebody out of your phone, though, iPhone is the best. Because there's less software written to try to get in, or keystroke, or any of that other stuff.
There's nothing getting into these nowadays, though. I mean, unless, like Mark said, I mean, someone puts it up your face.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want a secure phone, an iPhone's the best phone.
Well, my wife just used his fingerprint while she was sleeping. I could put her fingerprint on it.
I'm talking about like somebody sending you a program or a keystroke.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, 303-713-8255. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Al Ramos and see what he thinks of the tires. A guy bought some tires, and really, he just said, hey, I have a question about them. Did I get ripped off? I bought some tires, and I see a seam along the outside. Are these retreads? Are they good? Are they coming apart? Really, Mark said it's not even cost-effective to retread small tires like that. And basically, he went to a reputable tire outlet, so he doesn't think there's anything wrong, and those seams are normal. What do you think, Al?
So looking at them, and looking at a picture, which is always a little bit tougher, Tom, because when you physically look at them, you really can tell retreads. It's just the way they're casted, the way the treads.
And what do you think about this?
These look like a retread.
Oh.
If it's not, there's an
Mark, did you hear him?
defect.
He says there's a defect.
I can't imagine why they'd sell a 16-inch retread, though. I didn't think Big O. Go ahead, Al.
In the 16s, they use those in those commercial applications where they want cheap on farm equipment, mining, stuff like that. They use 16-inch. They typically go for the bigger truck tires. That's all you retread. But, you know, there are still those out there. Mark, looking at it, the thing that got me is that there's still nubs on the side of the sidewall, which indicates a newer tire. I'm just going, that's kind of bizarre.
Well, it is a brand new tire.
Yeah, but if it's original, if that's a factory, then that whole casting is just
interesting. I'm glad I got a second opinion here.
Yeah.
I'll bet him lunch it's not a retread.
How do we find out? Seriously,
first thing I do is ask Big O.
Al?
It should be on his invoice.
Well, you don't think they would try to pass them off as new? They wouldn't do that, right?
No,
I can't imagine.
Let's ask them. Let's give the tire. Would the tire numbers tell them?
No, yeah, the DOT numbers, those are the original casted ones, Tom. You don't change them.
Oh, that's right. You just put tread on. So how do you know? If someone did want to pass off a tire as new, how would you know?
Well, the retreads typically are stamped on the side. They burn it into the side wall. I've seen several like that. Not all of them, but many of them are that way.
I want to talk to Dave. Hey, Dave, you know, Al is tending to agree with you, man.
Well, you've got one guy confirming.
We got lunch on it.
You've got one guy denying.
Now, and Mark is still not changing his opinion.
Did you ever ask Big O, Dave?
No, I did not.
Why not? Why wouldn't you ask him, honestly? But nowhere on your invoice it says retread, nowhere on the tire, right?
Well, I haven't looked at the inside of the tires, only the outside.
Well, yeah, of course.
So on the outside, no, there's nothing that indicates retread.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the invoice that indicates retread or new, for that matter. So I just don't know. And I thought, boy, if I want an honest opinion, why go to someone who's biased like Big O?
Because I don't think they would. I don't really think they would lie right through their teeth.
He's saying they're not necessarily lying. It doesn't say either way on the invoice.
No, I'm talking about if he asks them now.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to ask them right now for you. Hold on.
Give him the number to that store.
Yeah, hold on. Suzanne, get the number to that store. Get his invoice number as well. And tell him we want to know specifically, these tires look really weird. Are they retreads or not? And then where else would we figure out, Al? If they don't answer us, or what do we do then?
Well, they can bring them to us. I'd be more than happy to take a look.
Okay, good.
What we do, we can check your tires. Anybody, you have an issue, you got the tires wobbling, doing something unusual, bring them by. We have experts here. We can look at them.
Okay, then since you're saying that, I'm gonna hold you one step further. Can we do some free? This is really popular, and people. It's not just walking around the car; it's putting the cars on the alignment rack. So I'm asking, can you do that free? for people.
Well, how about we do this? For 5 callers in each store.
Okay.
That's exactly what we'll do.
All right, cool.
We'll put it up on the rack. I pay my guys to do that. People are getting a free inspection. That's the only right way of doing it. We're going to do all 4 wheels, measure it, no cost. You just got to call. You got to say you're with Martino.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so if you mention Martino, call the number 303 Pro Auto. He has 2 locations near Evans and I-25, near Bowles and Santa Fe. Call. They'll give you exact directions. 303 Pro Auto. Of course, you can call them for any service and maintenance, but for sure, you can get 5. For 5 of you, 5, there's 1 per customer, please. So if you have 2 or 3 cars, it's not going to work. So you get 5, or you get a free alignment check. So that's for 5 customers at each location. That's a total of 10 of you. Call right now, 303 Pro Auto. 303 Pro Auto. Great, thank you. And his website, by the way, 303proauto.com. Let's keep going here and talk to Travis again. Now, Travis, the company did talk to us, by the way, and they were upset with us. I don't know why. They said because we put it on the air, they thought it was. I mean, the guy was kind of a jerk to our person, but I mean, he was upset, and he said, "What did we do wrong? What did we do wrong? We don't know. We don't even know if that gun was in the safe. Just because you tell the police a gun was in the safe, you know, let me just, and Travis, I'm telling you that you are a caller in a crowd. So you could have had a safe really stolen for sure. I believe it. Now let's say a gun goes missing and they find it in a robbery. They call you or they tell you, and then you say, now I'll get a new safe. I'll just say it was in the safe. That's why they want to see.
It was documented with the serial number at the time of the burglary.
No, but Travis, nothing documented it was in. What's to prevent you from saying it was in the safe when it really wasn't?
This is 5 years later. This is not something that's just being made up. This is something that was documented 5 years ago. I tried to get them done.
Oh, hold on. I see what you're saying. 5 years ago, you gave the serial number
to the police. They have a police report. You guys have the police report. I gave it to Daphne.
Now I understand what you're saying. They didn't just say. They didn't come to you and say, "Hey, we found your gun," and you said that was the one in the safe. No, you had said that 5 years ago.
5 years ago, it's documented in the police report, which I forwarded to Daphne with the serial number. It has now been recovered as of a week.
I want to know, can you send me that warranty again? Because, Suzanne, I thought they were well within their rights to turn it down based on the fact that he didn't have possession. And hold on a second. We have a... Now, is this a caller on the line right now? Hello, did you have a comment on this? Suzanne, is there a caller on line 6?
No, he was just... I just put that comment for you in case it was relevant.
Okay. So somebody said that most warranties require installation and the proper installation, which would include being bolted to the floor. I've never heard of that, but have you ever?
This particular warranty, I just sent Daphne a copy of it. If you look at it, it states very clearly the exact wording of the warranty states, let me quote, "Lifetime unlawful break-in protection, unbeatable warranty." Period.
No matter what, they're always going to have the argument, though. Maybe he gave them the code. Maybe he did this. Maybe he did that.
That's why they want the right to examine the safe.
I personally think they should replace it. Because in this particular case, it's pretty evident it got stolen.
Right.
Someone broke into it.
Right.
And it is what it is.
Right.
But they are hanging on by their fingernails with
so
this one.
Can you ask Daphne what was their final determination and why? And then, Suzanne, I need to get the copy of that warranty again. Travis, we're going to cut you loose and discuss it, and we will call you back if we find something. And I want to review what he's told Daphne this morning. He was just on the phone with her. I also want to review the warranty. I want to do it one more time. You know, he's right. I mean, he did tell them 5 years ago about that. 5 years ago. And so it's not like he's just making it up.
And I don't think that... I mean, do you think the company really thinks he's in cahoots with this? No. I mean, I can't imagine they do.
Stem cell therapy is something that has been discussed for a long time now, and Stem Cell Institute of America is really sweeping the country with their method of stem cell therapy. Why? Because they provide life-changing seminars where people can find out really everything they want to know about stem cell before making an appointment and with no obligation. If you're anywhere in Denver, the Tech Center, Littleton, Boulder, Fort Collins, so many other areas, there is a seminar near you. All you have to do is go. They ask that you reserve a seat because they are very, very popular. So if you have joint pain, neuropathy, if you have aches and pains and you're wondering, will stem cell work? Stem cell therapy is the answer for so many people. It's packed with growth factors that can literally grow new tissue, new tendons, new bone, not new bone, new tissue, and new cartilage to help the joint. Give them a call for these seminars. Get a seat. You have nothing to lose. 855-262-4040. If you decide you want to go forward, Stem Cell Therapy of America will also connect you with a clinic. 855-262-4040.
Guys, but the company's well within their rights.
They are dead.
Well, I want to see what the warranty says about possession.
I
don't think it says anything about
so,
it.
so this guy's a cop. I'll guarantee you they ramrod people through the system with a lot less than he has here.
Think about on a phone, though, man. I got a phone warranty if this breaks, but if I have nothing to give to them, how about if I drop it off the Grand Canyon?
Right.
It definitely broke.
Right.
I could even have it on video,
right.
but I don't have it to hand to them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And this guy is a cop, and I'll guarantee you they have a lot less evidence they run people in than this.
Oh, God. Oh, man. You know what? Just throw in some crypto money talk, too, and you're going to run the whole gamut. So just because he's a cop now.
I'm saying he's
railroaded.
No. I'm not saying that.
Getting railroaded.
I'm not saying that. I'll guarantee you.
Do you think the guy's safe got stolen?
Yes.
Do you think someone broke into it and took the contents?
Probably. Right.
99%?
So what if he had the code taped on the back, like I said? Now they're guaranteeing their locks.
Well, then he's a fucking idiot.
Absolutely. So he moved it in there. He didn't.
Why would anybody buy a safe if they're going to put the code on the back?
Because they got it shoved up. Say it's bolted on the wall.
You just made me think of something else.
It's bolted on the floor and shoved up.
If I took a picture of my face and printed it out on a full screen, would it unlock my phone?
You should test that out.
That would be fucking stupid. Then
yeah.
It would be absolutely worthless as a security feature.
Would that be like if you're a senior Democratic operator and you leave your password for your email as password, and then you wonder why you get hacked?
And then you wonder why.
Your face is my case.
I mean, like, people out there that stuff happens to, you're just like, come on.
Absolutely, you're exactly right. I mean, what does that say? Yeah, that's safe. It's in the garage. I'll bet you it's in the garage.
But there is such thing as logic and exceptions.
So with your phone, you have a video of the phone of the drop and someone watching.
How about every? How about then you got a video even? How about every contract gets signed by a 90-year-old lady?
How much you're trying to?
Okay, that is 100% all legal. They don't have to refund her. They don't have to do anything. And people let them out all the time. Why can't the same company do something?
I'm saying, what would you do if you had the thing? It's probably easier for them, but once again, just like your phone, why not? You show me dropping the phone, it's hitting the ground, it's broke, but I don't got it. 100% of the time, they're not going to give you the phone, right?
Well, I don't know about 100%.
It's usually
there is exceptions made. How about if I'm walking with the freaking CEO of Apple at the time when it happens? I bet he gets me another phone. So there is times you make.
I mean, amazing nowadays. You just take.
But how about when people don't let people out of the contract? And you get upset?
I don't get upset. I mean, something like for older people and stuff, I have no.
Or LinkedIn.
Yeah. The biggest incentive is something like that is you just get like the
whole furnace thing is a little. And then what the hell?
I think Al's crazy thinking these are retreads, by the way.
Like we're able to pull it.
Can you imagine selling retreads without telling people?
I can't believe the guy didn't put it on me when they were able to see, right? Shouldn't the tech put them on and say, hey, this is...
Unless they told them they're retreads, which I can't even imagine.
Yeah, but like he said they sold retreads only for like farmers with like a plow. You know, they got criminals.
Yeah, but he thinks these are retreads. I just can't imagine. On these pictures, I don't see one thing that I even think they're retreads.
If you actually seen them right there, would you be able to tell they took it off?
See how this look. Here's the best
Because
one.
I've seen you can actually pull off
This is just part of the mold.
where it's vulcanized, right? You can actually see the thing all the way around.
You gotta look.
On a retread.
You gotta look. It's not cost effective to make a retread in a cheap tire. I mean, there's little, you know, there might be a tank with a 16-inch all-steel carcass. Okay, let's put it this way. For 20 years, I sold tires. I never sold one retread smaller than a 19-inch, ever. Never even seen one in my life. So,
They do 19s for the cars or that truck?
big trucks, and usually you can't even put them on the front. Retreads can only go on the back.
I used to work in the trucking industry.
Yeah, you can't. If you put them on the front, I mean, that's like a highway safety law. Hi, Tom Martino.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors is the place to go if you need inspections for your garage door. You don't even know what's wrong with it, but it's clanky and noisy. I tell you, I have one so quiet now put in by them that you have to look to see it's closing because you can't hear it. If you press the button, walk in the house as you're in the garage with your back to the door, you cannot hear it closing.
But tell them the best part.
What?
$299
Yep.
installed.
Right. And by the way, that's an opener. Now, the doors themselves, of course, they do as well. The doors, which are beautiful. So whatever you need, or a free inspection if you mention Martino, they'll tighten the hinge bolts, check all the safety adjustments, and go over the entire system and give you a written report with no obligation. OneClearChoiceStores.com, 303-565-6409. 565-6409. For the first time, well, second time, I have a couple. One time we advertised a rehab center, and in the next hour we'll be talking about drug rehab. We have a new client, and you know that's a weird area. That's a weird area because, you know, how do you say the best or go here, go there? But there are some very specific things you want to look for. And right now, I was floored by the number of addicts right now. You know, it used to be you may have known somebody who is an alcoholic or an opiate addict. Opiates, painkillers, heroin. Do you know it's such a long story. It's amazing. It's not now if you know someone. Every single person knows someone. Everyone. Every single person knows someone who drinks too much or is an opiate addict. And what I mean by that is you may not know it yet, but in your circle, there is one. For absolutely sure. It's not maybe. For absolutely sure, in your circle, there's probably 2 or 3 alcoholics or opiate addicts.
You know, for the first time, there was more deaths by opiates than car accidents. I think it was this year. It might have been last year.
Unbelievable. So listen, I want to ask our private detective today. I'm going to go back to the phones, but quickly, I do want to ask them. They're in the house. Sam Bailey, ICS of Colorado. They're on our referral list at referralist.com. Okay, so I'm not going to mention names, but I know that there are parents who have kids followed because they want to. Is that a common thing? You're shaking your head, yes.
Yeah, to have children followed?
Yeah.
We take it on a case-by-case basis and what's going on because you're dealing with children. Obviously.
And I don't mean like babies. I'm talking about...
No, you're talking about like teenagers.
15, 16, 17, 18.
Yep, and obviously we're going to work with the parents.
Even if they're adults, though, they're adults. Let's say they're 18 or 19 living at home or 20. Can you still legally...
Absolutely. That's actually a cleaner situation for me. If it's below 18, I'm going to want to know the custody situation because sometimes you'll have people call in, they don't have custody, but they want to know what's going on with their kids, and that's real murky and ugly for me.
Right. So what do they... Have you followed kids of any age, I'm talking, and found that they were buying drugs?
Have we seen it? Yes.
Can you tell they're buying drugs? Like I'm not talking about just, some marijuana here and there, but I'm talking about a drug deal.
Drugs are one of the hardest thing to catch. A lot of times if somebody's going to buy drugs, they're going to do it in a closed situation. The easiest way to catch drug activity is there'll be like a known drug house. You're not necessarily going to see the pass, but I may see like you'll have like say a car. Yeah. Or like, somebody's in an apartment, they're always coming out, they come down to the car, they're in there for, less than a minute. You see them boom, boom, talk, conversation, that person pops out, they're gone. Obviously, we probably just caught a drug deal.
Parents have kids followed.
Right.
Do spouses have each other followed?
Yes.
That's sad. If you think about it, when you have to do that.
It is, and when we do that, honestly, I like to view it as... I like to view it in one of two ways. We're sometimes helping to replace, honestly, trust in a marriage. You may not view it that way.
No, I know what you're saying.
Because sometimes there's doubts, and you don't want to have a fight.
But it has to deteriorate a long way for you to want to have to follow somebody. It really does.
The amazing part is Sam's told me in the past, though, one of the spouses will hire him, they'll go out, he'll confirm it, he'll show pictures, show the proof, and then that person gets pretty upset with them because now
they're mad at the messenger.
Correct.
What do they say to you?
They'll start taking the side sometimes of the...
hey, how do you know? Maybe this was... Did they start looking for...
Maybe it was CPR.
Yep, they'll start looking for reasons or like, well, you only got him kissing, but you didn't actually get him doing this, or they were holding hands, that doesn't mean anything.
He was removing a spot from her blouse, yeah.
Right. So it's all that kind of standard stuff.
Oh, God. It's terrible. But mostly, is it husbands following their wives or wives following husbands?
I'd say it's probably, when it comes to that kind of domestic case, probably even, probably 50-50.
Now, I know that you personally, you say you feel bad when you document it. You'd like to rather say, you know what, he's playing softball.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he said he was.
Right.
But so, when there is a suspicion, is it most likely, when you go out on a case, you most likely do confirm it, or do you find they're just being paranoid and there's nothing to it? What is most of the time what happens?
I'd say probably 75% of the time they're correct, and then 25% of the time they're wrong.
They must be so happy when they're wrong. And if they're wrong, what is sometimes the reason for the suspicion? Are they doing something that may not be rape, may be cheating, but something they just don't want their wives to know?
It's usually the biggest reason in all marriages. It's communication breakdown.
Yeah.
A lot of times there's some other stressor in the marriage that's...
But let's say a guy is going out and having a couple drinks with the guys and just doesn't tell his wife. He say he's working late and he's not. They have to be somewhat relieved that he's not with a woman.
Right, yeah. When we find that out, sometimes there's a little bit of the it goes both ways. Sometimes there's a bit of the frustration because they had a suspicion, and that's why I try to prep them on it when they talk to me. It's like, look, one way or the other, I'm going to help you out. We're either going to confirm this, you're going to know, and you're going to be aware of it, or we're going to help you to put confirmation back in your marriage, and you can step back. Now, and that's important to put at the beginning.
Go ahead.
I'd bet sometimes, the woman or man have a friend that, just had infidelity or something, and then that's why they start thinking of their own spouse. Does that happen?
It's true. I mean, like you have it in your circle, somebody's in their ear, they're just kind of digging at them, and so they see it happening outside
like they say, I had no idea, and then I was blindsided. So then the woman might say, or the man, hey, I better start getting wiser. Do they sometimes then call you with no suspicion, but just because they just want to know?
That can happen, and when that happens, I really
discourage it.
Right. It's hard because what I'm looking for with anybody is a pattern. Any case, you want to try to find a pattern because, I mean, obviously, I'll go out and I'll do surveillance for you all week long, all weekend long.
Yeah.
24 hours a day, but you're going to be paying a hefty bill for that.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking for with anybody is I want to find a pattern so I can tunnel it down and obviously get
save some money, right?
Yeah.
I think he should do something like the show Cheaters, where he runs up on him with the videotape.
Yeah.
You're busted.
So how many times is the person that's when accusing them or thinking they're cheating, they're actually doing it, so they're got this guilty feeling.
And they want to, hey, maybe,
I mean, honestly, that very well.
You wouldn't know because
he wouldn't know. Yeah,
you would never know that.
So now, listen, people. If you have any questions for our private detective, give us a call 303-713-TALK. I have one more question. Have you ever been really sneaky, like when you're trying to get close to somebody to see what they're doing, and got to know them, or bump into them in a bar and say hi and sit there? And So they don't even care if you're there because they think you're...
absolutely. So we've especially like a lot of our cases will end up in hotels. Like people will be traveling. That's a big one. People will come into Denver, or they'll be other places, and we'll be in an elevator with you, filming you, and you'll have no idea. So they'll be interacting with the other person in the elevator. We're filming you because you can be on a phone and I'm filming and you have no idea.
Right, see, they have places all across the country. So if your spouse travels to California all the time and goes to a hotel there, you just call one of your guys out there, right?
Absolutely. We have offices all over. We work internationally as well. I mean, we have people going all over and we cover it.
So if you have any calls, and then, of course, we have Genesis Total Exteriors with us, 303-713-TALK. Victor is talking about ID theft, which is kind of up this alley. So go ahead, Victor. What's going on with you?
All right. Hi. So Denver Health, they sent me to collections, and when I received my first bill, I called them, and my social, they asked me to provide my social security number.
So, Victor, you are a patient, or you were a patient there?
Yeah.
Okay, and you did owe them money?
No.
Okay. But you provided your information with them, and what happened with the information?
Yeah, so I needed to provide my information.
I know.
So they can match the account.
To match what account, Victor?
The account, the bill that I received.
You said you did not owe any money with them. You said you did not owe them. Okay, so they wanted to do what? They wanted to verify a bill, and you knew you didn't owe it, so you gave them your social so they could figure that out?
Correct. So, yes.
Okay, so you gave them your social, and what did they say?
I provide my information. They told me that the last 4 digits on my social didn't match. The birthday didn't match. But
so they thought someone else went into the hospital using your saying they were you.
So it came to that someone else went to the hospital. They provide me the address of the other person.
They did? Wow.
Yes. They provide me the address of the other person who was picked up by the ambulance. They provide me the time that the person arrived to the hospital.
Do you know this person?
No.
Did you ever meet this person?
No.
So this person is using your name?
No. Supposedly this person.
Well, what? Victor, I'm confused. This other person, he's not using your name?
We had the same name.
Okay. Oh, I get it. You have the same name. So it's a common name, and he's not stealing it. He's using it because it's his. And but the address and the social don't match. Right.
The social and the birthday.
Right.
Does not match.
Right. Okay. So they should know that then and leave you alone, right?
Correct.
And are they leaving you alone?
Wait, so supposedly they fixed it. They told me it was their error.
Okay, so now what?
So they fixed it. I got another bill. I called back again.
Wait, after they said they fixed it, that you got another bill?
Yes.
All right, hold on a second. There's a really easy method to fix this, and Victor, it's really, some people don't even care. It's nice that you even care about it, because some people just don't care. We'll come back and tell you how to fix it.
I can't believe the hospital on that guy's address.
Well, because they think it's him.
Because buy and build buys tons of stuff and passes on contractor pricing to you.
I get people all the time calling me and say, hey, I know my wife's having an affair. I know the guy's number. I just need you to look at the address. I'm not going to go over there or anything, but just that way I can let his wife know so that, you know, they know what they're doing to the marriage. It's just like, there's no way, man. Like, are you serious right now? You think I'm going to get involved in that domestic?
They want to kick somebody's ass.
Yeah, kill it.
Have you ever been embarrassed when the time was right, but you just couldn't perform? Hey guys, it's Russ.
I guess that's true, though. I bet a lot of times maybe they do just want to make that person's life hell, you know?
It could be, but I mean, you have no idea their intentions.
Yeah, of course.
It's the same people will call you with license plate numbers.
But don't, when you're all said and done, don't you give them a report of where the person lives, or you guys don't give them any of that?
We, honestly, I'll screen case by case. But I've had cases where the domestic situation was bad enough, and it was, this particular one was his brother's sister hired us because she knew something was going on, and the case was bad enough, the results were bad enough. I called the sister, I was like, look, you know I will never redact information, and I told her verbally what had happened. I said, I'm going to send you this report. I said, but if I send this report and all the media, I was like, your brother's going to kill somebody. And so her and I worked together and redacted what needed to be redacted, but left enough in so that he would know, and then gave it. Because pretty much when she was living a double life, because he worked days, she worked nights, and then during the day she was dropping the kids off and going and hooking up with two guys.
We had a real deal caller. She was running a prostitution ring out of the house. He had no idea until she had it. It was incredible.
A wife was?
Yeah. It was absolutely. It was in Highlands Ranch.
She had other girls come.
Remember that guy? She was the madam, but she was. Yeah. Oh yeah. She was the madam, but also she was a prostitute, high priced, and he had no idea, no idea. And then it all went down. She got busted by the cops or the feds or somebody, and the whole ring went down, and he was oblivious to towards the end. And didn't she try to trick him into selling the house or some shit too?
Didn't she try to? Is this the one in WITPRO now? Witness protection?
Yeah. For a while they were.
That sounds cool, guys. Say WITPRO.
Yep. That's like instead of pizza, you say za.
WITPRO. WITPRO.
Yeah, that's him though. Him and his kid.
I heard this.
Guy my dad was really good friends with. He was in the FBI forever, and he was at Ruby Ridge, and he was one of the guys watching it before it went down. And they've got all their sniper rifles around watching this guy. And he goes, it was the scariest shit I ever had in my life. He's looking through this.
That's not where they shot the woman and baby, is it?
I don't remember how it went.
They shot his wife.
He had a shitload of guns.
It started on fire, didn't it?
But
no, that's Waco. That's Waco.
No, you're thinking of Waco. No. This was a gun runner.
Yeah, they came out and his wife and his wife was like, I think teenage.
I thought she was holding a baby.
I didn't know a baby. I know if the wife got smoked.
Before the shootout went down, they're there. You know, they were there a couple days, man. It was a long standoff. Yeah. He's looking through at one point his scope into their window. The fucking guy is looking back at him with his scope. Yeah. They literally lock fucking eyes in the scope. That would freak you the fuck out, wouldn't it?
Yep.
And, you know, neither of them pulled the trigger at that point.
You need to work on your camouflage at that point.
Oh, no, they knew that. Well, that's true. They knew they were out there, but they didn't know where everybody was. That was a big deal, man. That was the real deal militia.
11-day siege. Yeah.
Paradigm Interiors.
I went to the, when I was stationed in Fort Hood, I went to the Branch Davidian compound. It was ever burned out remains.
Is it still there?
Yeah, I mean, it was when I was there.
They were in a bus
Some of the Branch Davidians will like do tours and they talk about how the government used illegal CS gas, and they got mad because we were.
So they're still a cult or some.
I don't really think it functions as much. I think they still try to, at least this was like back in like 2001. They were still trying to kind of draw some attention to themselves, but people were just laughing at them.
Didn't that happen around Wake or around
I mean, he was the
Columbine and all that other shit too?
I thought that was before.
No. I mean the same like day of the year though.
No. That was Oklahoma City bombing. It was 4/20. There were a number of things on 4/20.
Hitler's birthday's 4/20.
That's what they said, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a fact. I mean, that's his birthday.
And it's becoming
marijuana.
marijuana.
They try to encourage marijuana smoking.
Yeah, which is weird too. Then it's marijuana.
You know why the marijuana, the 4/20 on marijuana came because
the colleges, right?
I thought the 4
was
after
school. It was the time of day after school. I thought you meant. No, am I wrong?
Drugs?
Look it up.
I don't know.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, and we have full lines 303-713-TALK, but I think we have a reserve line too, 303-MARTINO. That works 24/7, 303-627-8466. That means you can get through automatically to our voicemail or to our office or to our studio, depending on where we are at the time. So, Victor, basically has not ID theft. He has it's a wrong ID. So he has somebody with the same name, and they're coming after him. Now, Victor, just so you know, collectors do this all the time. All the time.
Right.
It's a shotgun approach. They send out notices to everyone. And here's what's going to happen. Nothing.
Well,
the only time...
It already happened.
What did they do?
It was sent to collection, and now my credit is affected.
Now, the credit part is, you have two different parts. You have credit and legal. Legally, the only thing you ever have to worry about, ever, is showing up for court, showing your ID, and seeing that it's not you. That's the only thing you have to worry about. Never blow that off. If you are summoned to court, you go to court and you bring your ID and everything, and it's you. And if they say in the hallway, the attorney for the opposing side, okay, we'll take care of it from here, you can leave, don't leave. You go in front of a judge or have a judge sign it, because they can go inside and say, oh, by the way, he never showed up, and now they have your real address and real stuff, and they correct it for a guy that is not even you, but they make it you, and they get a default judgment for you not showing up. And guess what? You get a real judgment. So please don't do it. You just show up, wait for a judge, and prove it's not you. The other part, but now, the credit part...
I don't even know how I haven't received any...
No,
Josh.
I'm just saying if you ever get summoned. I don't know if you will. If you ever, they have to serve you. Now, the other part of this is your credit part. Now, I'd like to say that this really works. I have had this happen a few times where I could not get something taken off credit, even with proof, because credit reporting agencies don't care. They just don't care. Why? Because they feel they have a better chance of being hurt by pissing off creditors than pissing off consumers. Because if they piss off a consumer, most likely nothing will happen. If they piss off creditors, they can lose business, and they don't want to lose business. So the credit reporting agencies, they cater to businesses almost every time. So if you say this is not me, and here I can prove it, all the creditor has to do is say, yes, it is. But here's where it gets weird, and you have to go further. And if you're not willing to do it, there's nothing I can do to help you. You have to protest on your credit report the item that's not accurate, and you need to provide all information you can. You can do it online. You can upload your driver's license, all of your correct information to say, that person is not me. If they don't correct it, or if the creditor doesn't correct it, you can contact the creditor directly. Now, Victor, if you take notes of this and keep track of it, and they don't remove it, you can sue for slander of credit for a lot of money. We have attorneys willing to take those cases, depending on the case, sometimes by contingency. And I'm thinking of Mark right now. Mark, I'm only going to use the first name, Mark, because those can carry attorney's fees and can carry some hefty fines. So that's truly for slander of credit, where they just flagrantly just overlook the evidence because they don't care. And unfortunately, it happens mostly with Hispanic surnames. Unfortunately, because they bargain on the fact that these people have bad credit, they're not going to be harmed, and they won't do anything about it.
I'd take them to small claims court for $7,500.
Now, Mark did that and was successful in getting them to change it. You can do that too. Mark, what did you sue for? Breach of contract, didn't you?
Yeah, but I had a contract.
But they don't have a contract.
That's what I was saying. In this case, I wouldn't sue for breach of contract. I'd have to think of what to sue for, but I'd probably sue for multiple things. But they're going to have to show up at that point and prove that it's him. And I'm talking small claims court. I mean, you don't have to hire an attorney. It's $55.
Now, the reason Mark did it, and he had a great idea, he had a contract with the cell phone provider, and he said, it's a breach of your contract with me to mark me not paid when I was. So it was
simple
weird.
As that.
It was simple. And these jerks did not realize he was really going to go to small claims court for the money. So they had to fix it.
Not only did they fix it, they ended up paying me a nice little chunk of cash for me not to go.
So, Victor, you do have some tools, but you got to use them. All right. Wayne, let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Price gouging?
Yeah. So my wife had some really bad abdominal pain, and
in the middle of the night, and so she went to an emergent care here in Colorado Springs.
So it was it the kind that looks like urgent care, but it's really a remote emergency room, a satellite emergency room?
Yes. I would say that
those things are snagging people all over the country. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I went to one just out of curiosity. I hit my head, went to one, and they had an urgent care and emergency in one area. And I said, I need to see the urgent care. And they said, no, urgent care closed an hour ago. The emergency room is open. And they said, but we can take a look at you. I just wanted to, but I said, and I said, but wait, I want to know about fees. She goes, oh, most of the time insurance will cover it. I said, yeah, but I want to know. I don't know if my insurance will take care of it. So I would just like to know, what am I going to be charged? And they say it depends. No, I said, okay. Then let me ask you this. If I walk through the door and nothing is wrong with me, how much is the fee to walk in the door and sit down? There must be a fee. And they said $3,600 just to walk in for a visit. So how much was yours?
$13,629.
You must have got like a few aspirin as well as now checkout.
Tell me, what did they do for your wife?
So they ended up diagnosing her with kidney stones.
No. Did they keep her there?
Well, not a significant amount of time.
How much time? An hour?
I would say roughly an hour. Yeah.
So did they do imaging?
They did some. I mean, I have the breakout of what they did.
What did they do? What did they do? Let's hear it.
Well, here's the description. It says, and I don't know what these mean, so maybe this will, but you do. The first description is NS, and then it's SOLP, and that was $76.
Hold on, that is NS, SOL, that's, you know what, out of luck, and then they figure because you walked in, and they're going to figure that's just for grins, so NS must stand for nonsense. What else?
Potassium chloride 10 MEQ tablet for $2.15, so that was a break they gave me. And then there's a HB IV hydrate infuse each additional hour for $162. Hydration,
okay.
There was
Where's the big money though? We're talking 13 grand. Where's the big money?
Here's the two biggest ones. This one says HB Radiant CT abdominal and pelvis without contrast.
Imaging.
CAT scan.
Imaging. How much?
$6,859.
6,800. Okay.
And then the other huge one was the HB Emerga Level 5 for $5,321.
Well, what was that? Emerga Level 5.
I'm assuming that's the room. I mean, that's all they're saying is...
All right, hold on a second. You know, this sucks, man. This sucks, and it's life, and it's unfortunate, and I don't know...
I just go, how come I haven't opened one of these in
Let's work through it. Let's work through it. By the way, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center I can't say enough about, and I'll tell you why. Because I hadn't been wearing my hearing devices for a while, and I put them on the other day and says, oh, I got to remember to wear these. They make such a difference in my life. I can't even tell you what I'm missing out on when I don't wear them. I had a hearing loss, and I have some tinnitus, and it helps with both. Whether you have tinnitus or hearing loss, they have this incredible treatment for tinnitus that is a permanent solution if your tinnitus is a certain range. Or they have hearing devices, and here's the great thing. They let you try them free of charge. Try them for test drives for a period of time to see if you like them. 303-534-0163, 534-0163, helpforringing.com.
There's no way Walmart does that. There's no way.
Well,
someone with robe. The description of the color of this. Oh, it's because the third party put it in.
Still a tough drive into downtown.
The N-word brown to describe the color. And that actually was on their site. They said that's the color? So it was a third party's description on the product. You know what I mean?
Do they actually have that website up now?
No. It was an article and someone found it. But you understand some of those are third parties.
What does that mean?
It means like if I sell through Walmart, I put my own description in.
And they don't go through it? that.
Well, they probably do now. You would think someone would want to sell their
I
product.
can't even believe that I would get rid of that whole third-party company.
It's not a third party.
But understand, like, there's places in Africa and other stuff where that actually is. I mean, we don't know. I mean, that's a pretty odd product. What is it? Ghazi, natural full cap weaving. What is a weaving cap?
You put that on and you put a wig over it? Oh, that's what it is.
They will give you a complete contract when
You know, when they got the fuzzy hair, they got...
How do you spell Jagazi?
you like it, you sign it. They'll negotiate with your insurance adjuster because they know insurance company, whether it's insurance pay or self-pay, all excel. You will never have to put any money up front ever, and you will never have any penalty clauses in that contract because they know you want to stick with them, and they don't want to force you. 303-764-6400, the only way to run a review.
Amazon doesn't even use it. Look for colors.
Sell on
That was an Amazon. What they use every now and then. Like, I want to know where it comes from. It's really tough.
There we go.
Get people what they see on TV. And what you see on TV, basically 100%. But that's what you're right.
It's in the UK.
Like that show
It's the UK.
Yep.
Well, that's England. I absolutely never want to.
So which?
They use that in England?
I think so.
Oh, really? You can say that in England?
They say fag all the time. Do you know that?
That's a cigarette, though. One fag is a bundle of sticks. It was a child custody. But they probably don't use fag. And his baby mom was so angry at me. She's paying me double rate because it was on.
Well, what happens if someone's looking for their pack of smokes and they say, hey, where's my faggots? I don't know.
No, fags.
Oh, where's my fags?
There you go.
I'm not sure which is worse.
At that point, I was like, you want me to just pull off? I mean, like, what's the point?
Where did they come from? When it comes to
Oh, actually, I looked that up one time. No, it's like Fagoli. Or, I'm going to look it up right now.
Well, Fajol is a bean.
No, hold on.
So getting the beans.
It derives from a bigger word.
But in any case,
No, it's interesting. Now,
I have never used those terms ever, even before it was called incorrect.
I never used fag. I guess I would use queer.
No, I always use homosexual.
No, it is. It's from the Italian word fagato.
The most derogatory I might have gotten without even intentional, without the most derogatory is what it might have been homo.
How did they get a bag from that?
What does it mean? What does that Italian word mean?
A bundle of sticks. That's, I don't know. I mean, it's probably there.
I'll be here from this time to this time.
How do you get a bundle of sticks?
I read this happened twice.
It's the Italian word faghetto.
It makes employees happy and finance happy. How?
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, but why did it, you're right, why does it come
So I can see where it got to be a cigarette. A bundle of sticks, a pack of cigarettes.
That makes sense, because didn't they used to call them sticks? You got a stick or something?
We gotta get our house cleaning.
Okay, maybe used. Okay, hold on, this is a, I'm sure, she's in a gay man, It was first recorded in 1914.
We redid the masters.
It's unclear with the origin, but it does. It all comes back to bundle of sticks.
We did like kind of layouts in the closet.
Right, from Old French and Italian.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind, and I hope you tell people about it, because when you hear about things good, bad, or ugly, or in between, you can tell people all about it to save them the same misery, and also tell them about referralist.com, which of course is the ultimate source, the original source for reputable products and services and people. So we have a private eye in the house. We've had some interesting discussions. We also have Mark Szymanski from Genesis Total Exteriors, and we're going to take some email questions there. Sometimes they come in instead of calls, and we have those. And we have so much more to talk about. This emergency thing, these prices, By the way, Wayne, almost every time we've seen consumers complain, they get reductions. However, we have never seen them completely wipe them out, of course, and not even make substantial deductions, just a few grand here or there. Did you call the place?
I haven't yet. I just got the itemized bill.
Did it floor you?
It floored me because we have a $5,000 deductible, which obviously ate that up and then some. But I was, I just thought it seemed ridiculous that they would charge $13,000 for an hour visit.
This isn't going to help him, but John over at Integra sells a product. It's about $500 a year. I have it, and we've actually used it, and it covers emergency room only. It's a $15,000 policy. When we got in our car wrecks, we got hit by a car. Our hospital bill, she had like 2 x-rays. It was $14,000. I got a check for $14,000 from this company.
So wait a minute, and regular health insurance doesn't cover?
No, he has his
emergency room.
It covers it, but he's got to pay his $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 deductible, and then whoever's his insurance would cover the rest. This product, I got the entire $14,000. I took my deductible or her deductible, that was $6,000 out of it, and paid my deductible to Kaiser, and I actually made $8 grand on it.
You made money on it.
I made $8,000 on it.
And it wasn't required that you give back the double coverage?
It is not. It is an incredible product.
And how much a month does that come to?
It's $500 a year.
Wow. So,
and it's for the whole family. But, I mean, it's not going to help this guy. But for folks listening, we should actually get John on and ask what it is. Because it's incredible. And he would have actually been okay.
Wow.
Who's this company with, or who's John?
Oh, Integra Insurance Group. They're on our referral list.
We really should ask him the exact name. I mean, I get it every year. It just auto-renews.
That is a great product, Mark. So the part that your deductible paid, I mean, you had to pay anyway. You got back plus the balance of the bill, even though your insurance paid for it.
I got exactly what the hospital was charging me. Forget about insurance.
But it only goes up to 15 grand.
Yeah, over 15, it's done. It's over. It's really made for exactly what he's talking about. Or a car wreck or a broken arm.
Is that just one visit per year, calendar year, though, or is it?
No, it's a money amount. Is it one visit per year? Oh, that's a good question. Like, is it up to $14,000 per year or $14,000
That's a good question. I never even thought of that. Let's ask John.
But Wayne, I don't know what to do for you, man. I would call the place first and foremost and make positive that you can't get a reduction.
But even if they did, he's still gonna. I know he's still gonna max out on his $5 or $6 grand.
That's what I want to ask you, Wayne. You know it'll never go below $5 grand, right? It will never go. Never.
I guess that I realistically thought. They did put an adjustment insurance already at $2,700 on it, so I don't know how much more they would take off. But
even if they reduced it from $13,000 down to $5 grand,
it wouldn't help me a penny.
Yeah, damn. I mean, and that is today's insurance. This is why I laugh about health insurance, because really, most people aren't insured like they think they are. It's a lot of money. If you take that $5,000 deductible and you divide it by 12, that's $400 a month, $416. And how much a month are you paying already? How much a month did you pay for insurance?
Well, I'm self-employed, so I have a short-term policy that goes every 6 months, and it's like roughly about $300 per month, I guess, for the family. But
how did you get that cheap?
Well, I don't know. I have a person that I had contacted, and that's what the price they gave me, which is fine. The price. But
I don't think you can do short term more than a couple times. I think it's only meant to be short term. You've been kind of like flying under the radar, haven't you?
It does keep renewing, and she says it's okay to keep renewing. You can't.
John Jones, I don't want to belabor that point on the short-term stuff, but John, from Integra Insurance Group, tell Wayne, what is that emergency room coverage? What is it called?
Well, I don't know about emergency room. There's specific accident health coverage. Accident coverage. It's a supplement. It's an ancillary product.
It's the one that goes up to 15 grand, John.
Is that the one? How much? Okay, what company is that?
Well, that one's through American General.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, and it'll pay no matter what, your emergency room visit.
It'll pay up to $15,000 for any accident-related medical
Even
claim.
if you have other coverage for it?
Oh, yeah, it's totally separate. It's
Wow.
just a standalone policy.
Listen, Integra Insurance, here's the number, sir. It's 303-466-5500. Hello, I'm Tom Martino with President from Ideal
Guy
Home
actually
Loans,
made
Brent
$8 grand on
Ivinson,
that whole
and
deal. Isn't that crazy?
No, it's great. It's great that you...
And then they don't come after, they don't subrogate it all, because it's a completely different policy. It's almost like, it's a weird policy. Oh, shit, man. To get my check took 6 months. Oh, my God, was it a pain in the ass to get it, but I got it.
Why was it a pain, Mark?
They just ask for everything, man. They want, the hardest part was they wanted the ER doctor to sign a form. Try to get that. Try to get a doctor to sign something without an attorney.
How did you do it?
I finally got so frustrated, I called up Integra and I said, you guys handle it. Here's all the shit. I can't get the doctor to sign anything.
Right. That's why they do it. Maybe they
make it a pain in the ass, so a lot of people just give up.
Yeah, no one gives up on 15 grand. I'm sure you can, there must be a different way because the doctor never signed it. You're not going to have an ER doctor sign shit without an attorney. In fact, he's probably not allowed to sign anything.
Yeah.
Smart KHOW Denver. Fox News Radio.
He hates crypto.
I mean, even if when you're serving a hospital, you don't serve, like, if you're serving a doctor, you don't serve the doctor. They have, like, a central, half the time you even go to the hospital anymore, they outsource it. There's companies that literally collect serves for doctors' offices. You just go to them, and they're like, who's this for? You give them the address, they're like, all right, thank you, sign. They have their, they don't even want to talk to you. Their name is posted on, like, a window. So you just write the name down, and who you get the documents to, and you roll out.
Just doing research for his doctorate. Rescuers
So it's a repo man, you mean?
in Arizona looking for a missing man.
Kind of, but they just collect serves for companies. So, like, say if you guys didn't want to have, for some reason you were running a business, and like, medical is definitely litigious. So it's a business that's definitely litigious. You do want to deal with people coming into your office all the time, frivolous lawsuits. They just outsourced it. So now there's some minimum wage schmook sitting behind glass. He's got his name up there. And they literally have a sign-in log. You sign in, you sign the docs. And
when I served that guy for the downtown, that was just like that.
There's tons.
In fact, they won't even talk to you. The guy behind glass won't even talk to you. He says, read the instructions. You know, I'm there. Yep. Okay, that's what I'm okay.
Standing with people facing.
Hey, Mark, did anybody ever pay you in Bitcoin?
In over 40 countries.
No. Are you able to accept Bitcoin?
Not good. No.
How about you, Sam? Have they ever?
What's that?
Has anybody ever said that Bitcoin? Who takes Bitcoin? That's what I was wondering.
So there's places all around downtown take it.
Really? Of course. Gambling places do.
Here, I'll tell you, I'll pull one up here. I'll find you a restaurant in a minute that takes Bitcoin.
No, a restaurant?
Food takes.
You guys should bet lunch on it.
Bitcoin.
He owes me so many.
In Denver. Bitcoin restaurants.
Attention.
I want Denver, though. Here we go.
Are you interested in making some extra cash
blah,
from
blah,
real estate tax
blah.
liens? Then listen to this. Government Tax Lien Network is
Right here, Press Juice Daily.
DVDs and a
Press Juice Daily.
That's a code for something.
Between 15 and 35% yearly, which is completely secure.
Here we go.
Promising.
Bitcoin
Do
Denver.
this inside your own retirement accounts. So if you're looking to become a real estate
He's obsessed with Bitcoin.
Oh, Dan is.
That's what I mean.
Stop.
Yeah.
I hate Bitcoin. People can't track it. It's not fair.
It's dark money.
It's dark money. It's only used for prostitutes and drugs.
Kidnapping?
Here you go. Downtown, Johnny Brown's, Buffalo Pizza and Ice Cream, Veggie Planet, Top of the Hill Grill, Ocean Beach.
I bet you they're pissed off
Helen's
that they
Pizza.
didn't redo their...
There's a shitload. Look at all these. I don't see any mainstream shit, though. I wonder if marijuana shops.
I don't know if you care. The lady called and said you may want to clarify the accident coverage. If your appendix burst, it's not going to cover that. You've got to break a leg, be in an accident. If you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on iHeart Radio, and also at KHOW and other stations. So, welcome. We are the most downloaded show around, the longest running show, and we are the only show of its kind. So it's very unique. Thank you for being here. Spread the word. Strength in numbers when it comes to eradicating the bad guys, people that are taking money and hightailing it, people who are not skilled at what they do. That's why we love touting great people. We love the referral list, referrallist.com, and we do believe in it. So, we have a number of follow-ups to talk about, a number of things to do. We have Genesis Total Exteriors in the house. They do exteriors and interiors. In the good weather, they do mostly, of course, exteriors, and they're lining up interior work for later on. And they do from the roofing down, everything on your house, from the roofing, the soffits, the gutters, the siding, the windows, the decks, all the way down. So they can even do additions. And then we have Sam with us from ICS Colorado, a private investigation firm. We had some very interesting topics and discussions, so you can listen to the podcast. It's really fun. And we will go to the phones with some updates. And then, Mark, people want to know how you, if you do insulation.
Oh, we do the blown in.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that considered exterior or interior? How do you do it, and when do you do it?
I don't know. Like right now, next week, we're going to be replacing a person's roof that had hail damage, and she goes, I want more insulation, so we're going to do it.
It's a good time to do it.
It's a good time. You know, we don't have to go through the house and make a mess and that. So that's when we're doing that. There's other times we just do it in the house, and you go through the attic space, and you just do the blown in.
Okay. We have another question. Do you take care of the HOA for people when they're doing something to the outside of their home or roof?
If they give us the paperwork, we'll fill that all out for them. You know,
do you go to the meeting or anything?
We don't go to the meetings or anything like that. We'll fill out the paperwork for them because they're like, oh, I don't know what all this is.
They can take that to their HOA.
And usually you fax it or email it. We can do that too. But I don't go to a meeting or anything.
No,
like that.
I understand. And some require that the homeowner or somebody go to a meeting. That's why I asked. But that's for major improvements. But for the other stuff, there's almost always a design committee or somebody that wants to see something.
Architectural control.
Are you getting more and more of that lately?
Yeah, it's hit and miss. Just depends what neighborhood things are going on in. So.
All right, let's talk. Kevin, you had a warranty issue with Richmond Home. We've been getting a number of these lately. It's unfortunate, but when people are busy and you have mass manufacturing, it's mass production. No matter how you look at it, they're not custom. They are nice houses. I mean, I've seen some pretty nice Richmond homes. What do you think? What was it, Suzanne, that he was calling about?
Well, one of his problems that I remember specifically is he had a chipped bathtub.
That's right, and they could never fix the dang thing.
Yeah.
How silly.
And some gift cards. He was supposed to get some gift cards for all their late appointments.
And then everything they fill in that chipped bathtub with falls out.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a policy that you would get those gift cards and they canceled it or something?
That's what they said, yes, after they agreed to it. They've said, oh, it's no longer our policy, so we're not going to pay.
So what about the tub itself? Do you have any follow-up?
Well, here's the deal, Tom. So here's the deal. So his call came in along with another's. Those were the first two calls. I sent those to my Richmond guy. He got back saying, we'll look into these and get these things handled. Never hear a word. Then we get a third call last week. So I emailed my guy, said, nobody's heard a word. I have a new problem for you. What's going on? Not a word, Tom.
So that's what we have. We just basically, they don't care. I mean, that's really what it is. They don't care.
It's a little concerning.
I mean, there's some.
They used
here's
to
the problem.
Respond.
It doesn't matter, though. And there are people out here listening that will still go, and if they find a Richmond home and they like it, they're going to buy it. They're not going to think about this. It's because the economy is buzzing.
Can't find a house.
And people are willing to be slapped upside the head. They are. I swear there's no other excuse for it. Lying, cheating, rip-offs can make a living right along with the good guys. Now, I'm not saying Richmond is lying, cheating, rip-off, but Richmond is going downhill. Downhill. But when you go to buy a home from someone, let's say a used home I'm talking about, they don't ask whether it's Richmond or not. They don't ask what kind of home it is. They just look at the home. So, Kevin, I don't really know what we're going to do at this point unless we have to just we'll have to get directly involved and go over there or something and visit them. I mean, this is ridiculous. If we're getting 3 or 4 warranty questions, well, listen, that's recently. We've had 6 or 7 of them in the past, and we can't get anyone to talk to. Then there's a serious problem. because there's got to be many more that we're not hearing about. Suzanne?
Well, I've got a whole neighborhood that's got issues, and
maybe we ought to visit the neighborhood.
Maybe we should have Deputy Daff bird dog him a little.
Okay, well...
Sometimes that helps, Tom.
Now, the person that you're in touch with obviously doesn't care. Suzanne, who is that?
His name is Matt something.
What does he do? What's his...
he's like home care director, product warranty director.
What's his cell phone number?
I'll have to look.
Yeah, I'd like to know his cell phone number. And people, it wouldn't be a bad idea. This is why this radio show works. I call it media with a purpose. You know how they you know how they say call your senators or your representatives and let them know how you feel? Why do they say that? Because they feel it's a public service to let people know, or to let your representatives know how you feel. And I think you can also do that when it comes to businesses. There would be nothing wrong with saying, I heard you on the Tom Martino show or on the Troubleshooter show or on the radio or all, and we frankly don't like the fact that you guys are not standing behind your warranty. I'm not a customer, but I'm going to let other people know.
Yeah,
this is the ultimate reviews.
Don't call them scumbags.
Yeah, you don't have to call them. Now, Kevin, did you put up, speaking of online reviews, they do get attention sometimes. Did you do that?
We've done BBB. My wife filled that out.
No, I'm talking about Google, and I'm talking about Yelp, and I'm talking about all those.
Yeah, we've done a few of those, but they don't seem... I mean, there's lots of stuff out there, but it doesn't seem...
They don't care?
Nah. Never heard back from the BBB. It just seems like it's gone into a giant hole.
Okay. The one contact we have, his name is Brian Matt, home care.
I've spoken to Brian before.
What has he said? Anything?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to take care of everything. None of this should happen. Customers.
Okay, I got it. You don't have to get it. I got it. Okay. By the way, is he in there? Did you tell him I got it? I just didn't want to double hit it. The delay.
Oh, I don't think he said anything. What
yes, he did. No, for sure he did. I caught it.
Really?
Yeah. None of this. Okay, let's bet lunch right now. I'll do that for sure.
All right, we're shaking.
Now, we're shaking.
Did you hear it, Dan?
All right.
Did anybody? No, you're going to owe me lunch again.
Uh-oh, maybe I will.
But again.
Uh-oh, maybe I will. But this one, now hold on. This is the first time, Dan, is this the first time I ever said yes and shook his hand, right? Okay, good. So this is an official bet for lunch. Go back and listen.
You got to listen to the logger.
Yeah. I'm hoping I heard it. I thought I heard something.
I said lunch, Del Frisco's. You said okay.
It's when he was
shook.
listening. He said, I talked to Brian. By the way, for those listening, I cut out a few seconds of the show because he said, well, I talked to Brian Matt before. And I said, what did he say? He says, well, he did this and he did that. And he said, none of this
no, he didn't.
Happens.
Did you guys hear it? Did anybody hear it but Tom?
No one. That's because I have a trained... Listen, I've been doing this for 40 years, and I'm trained not to ever get lulled into a sense of security. Let me tell you sometime. I one time got so tired. I was doing the show, and I was feeling lazy. And what did I say? I said something so ridiculous. I went, I forget what it was. And it was so funny because it was... And then they bleeped it. But I did not even realize I said it. I was so tired. And then, of course, the famous one you're going to talk about right now, I know, is in the studio. You had that guest in your studio.
Mike.
He was so crazy.
He said the F word.
Yeah, he said, and then he said the F word
then
first.
Then he goes, O-S. I said F.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had the man whose name is on this building call me the very next day asking if I ever wanted to be on the air again.
So anyway, here's the deal. Folks, we have a bet outstanding that he did say a naughty word. Are you listening right now or not? Because I'm hungry. Okay, no? You have to do it later? Okay. 303-713-TALK. Hey, online it's not bleeped, right? So people must... It's online right now. Can you go... We can't go back and listen to the feed, right? Because it's still feeding.
We can at this second.
But somebody out there who is listening online, you heard it.
On Facebook. Well,
or YouTube.
Or they heard it, they didn't hear it.
Right. 303-713-TALK. Okay, so anyway, I'm not... Kevin, we are going to do what we can, and I'm serious about this. I do not like the idea that people are slapping consumers upside the head because things are going well. And Brian Matt is home care director for Richmond. And if this concerns you, that Richmond doesn't care, 720-977-3843. You're doing a public service. I am not recommending harassment.
I know one thing that
I'm not
would work.
recommending being a jerk. I'm serious now. I think very, very civil. Hey, you know, we heard about you guys, and we're going to spread the word. Do you understand it's not about me now? It's not even about the show. It's about doing the right thing. Thank God we have a central voice. Do you understand that people walking around and driving around pissed off do nothing? But when you call one central point, you have mass. You have people listening to you. Then those people join your voice, and it gets something done. Do you understand? Even with online reviews, you don't have the mass. You don't have the people grouping together. We managed to take those reviews, to take people who are silently pissed off and put them together with other people that you would never know are out there, and put you all together. That is true power. That is something that used to happen at town hall meetings or lynching meetings where people say, yeah, hang him, he stole my cattle, you know, whatever. That's what used to happen. Or people used to mass together. This is that. We are together. Now, guys, I thought you were... Yes?
I got it, Tom. He did cuss. You got it.
Okay. Oh, no.
Mark owes you lunch, and I think he owes me lunch, too, for it.
She's
All
making
right,
this
let's
up.
replay it on the air. No, just kidding. Okay, so we'll listen to it during the break.
Hey, maybe we should find one of their larger communities that they've got a lot of homes
and go
for sale,
protest.
And have, 20, 30, 40 people show up and
an
just...
informative demonstration.
And inform people looking at their models.
Hold on a
what's
second.
going on.
Kevin, do you promise not to say naughty words? Okay. Kevin?
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin, did you say the S word?
Yeah, S-A. Yeah. Didn't you?
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
He did not.
Oh, he did. I listened to it.
I was very good because it was so in passing, people may have not have heard it. So Mark's going into the studio. Kevin, listen, seriously now, do you think you can get... How many people, without exaggeration, are upset that you know of?
Oh, we've probably got maybe 10 houses in my surrounding my.
We should make up some signs and do a peaceful demonstration. We need someone to research the peaceful demonstration part. We'll do that. We'll get that done. So Kevin, Suzanne, start keeping track of all of the Richmond people. I want you to call them, and we'll get this together. I think it's necessary. It really is. So you hear what we're doing? We're putting you all together. So that's what you tell friends. If you want to get your voices together, this is where you do it. Now, if somebody calls with one lone complaint, we still take it. We still help. But when we start getting multiple complaints, that's when we start grouping people together and start making more noise. So that's the purpose of the show. Another purpose is to tell you about good people. And, yeah, that's a transition into my commercial. But it's real. It really is. Because right now people are thinking about homes. They're thinking about, buying and selling. Frank Duran, the real estate man. By the way, you can use a real estate guy even when dealing with new homes, and they can protect your interests. And you don't pay any extra for that. And Frank Duran will always look out for your best interests, especially when you're listing your home. He takes really good care of it. And in a hot market, it's still important to really, really know how to stage your home and how to sell it for maximum dollars. Not just come out with a great high price when you could have gotten more. Don't come out with a low price. There's a sweet price you come out with where you actually create bidding wars. Frank's done it several times. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Now, you're going to need to finance the house, or you want to refinance, and I can think of no better place than Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. They are direct mortgage lenders. It's important that you deal with direct lenders because, and I'm not saying that, brokers do a bad job. I'm just saying that they control, as a direct mortgage lender, the underwriting process. They control what they can do. That's why they can offer, for example, an interest rate guarantee. A broker can't do that, but these guys are direct lenders. They say, hey, if you refinance or buy with us and rates go down even 0.75% over the next 2 years, we're going to do it again free of charge. All you have to do is give them a call and ask for the ideal home loan for your situation. They will always be sure to put you in a better situation. Call the people at Ideal. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000.
This report is brought to you by Discover
There's
Student
a few
Loans.
slow spots in the highway drive, but really, for the most part, travel across the metro area.
You want to do that?
Roller.
He didn't. He didn't cuss.
Okay.
But he just you guys heard him clarify winner's choice. Turn that down.
Handshake Trump's saying.
What has he said anything?
Oh, after we're going to take care of everything, none of this should happen.
None of this should happen.
He said should.
Listen.
Oh, it's so hard to get.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of stuff out there, but it doesn't seem,
They don't care?
Nah. Never heard back from the DDB, and it just seems like it's gone into a giant hole.
Okay, the name,
I think it was before.
It's right here.
His name is Brian Matt. Home care.
To Brian before.
What has he said anything?
Oh, after we're going to take care of everything, none of this should happen.
Okay, I got it. You don't have to get it. I got it.
None of this should happen.
He said should.
He said should. And he clarified it was I love Tavern on the Green, by the way.
True hurt shit.
Not 30 seconds ago did he say, let's clarify that it's the
Winner's choice.
It's the
The winner's choice.
There's lots of stuff out there, but it doesn't
They don't care.
So I tweeted out 20 seconds for no reason. I thought he says none of this shit happens. I heard. It doesn't sound like that to you?
That's,
Sorry.
I mean, I'm really rooting for our lunch here, Thomas. Yeah, I included myself in the lunch.
None of this shit.
Well, I think everybody in the vicinity. You got a good ear, though. Just to say that.
Well, I wanted to be.
I mean, I had to hear it twice before.
I'm an old drill sergeant, man. Some of these just fly right over my head.
Yeah, it's structural too.
If they don't, there's an issue.
Yeah. If I don't swear, they don't move.
That's right.
See, Daphne thought so too, but the thing that convinced me is not the should or the shit. The only thing that convinced me is the second word was not pluralized.
The context.
It said
the guy said none of this should have happened.
No, he didn't say should have at all. He said should happen.
Yeah.
I thought he said should happens, but the happens would have said it. But he said happens. That wasn't
wrong.
Let's talk about floor coverings and Paradigm Interiors, the place you should go for floor coverings and for tile as well. Now, tile, of course, for the floors, but you can use tile for counters, you can use tile for showers and for backsplashes, and they do such a great job with design consultants helping you tie it all together. I love their hardwood floors. They have beautiful hardwood floors. I love the laminates they have. I love the luxury vinyl tile they have. Unlike any vinyl you've ever seen or heard about, it comes in planks to look like wood or tile or stone, and it's beautiful, and you can get it waterproof, and the stuff is a fraction of the cost of other floors, and it's so beautiful. I just bought some carpeting from them. I loved the whole process. They give you the scope of the job when you first meet them. You know, they go over it with you. Now, you can do that in your home, or you can do it at the warehouse, and then they'll come visit your home. You can go directly to your home first, directly to the showroom. It's really up to you. Just give them a call and figure it out. And then once you pick the floor, they get you a price within a few days, and then they are out there with a project supervisor from beginning to end. They don't leave you hanging. When they start, they stay there till they're finished. You will love the entire process. You will love the big warehouse pricing with the individual attention. That's Paradigm Interiors, 303-630-9204. 303-630-9204. That's Paradigm Interiors on my referral list at referralist.com.
Trump lookalike being killed every night. Kathy Griffin, Madonna.
Blowing up the White House.
Imagine if a conservative...
.630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints. And so, we listened to the tape again, and I'm telling you, I would have bet any amount of money I had. Any amount of money I had, including not, if he would have said not lunch, if he would have said $100, I would have bet, because I'm so trained. And he said, well, let's play it. Let's play it, just because nothing's wrong, so let's play it.
Well, I'm not sure yet how, Tom, because I'm listening on my laptop on the Facebook feed, and Drew doesn't have it on the logger, so I'd have to put it up to the microphone?
No, you don't. You just make a snippet. You just make a snippet of it as a file and send it to him. Suzanne, email it to me. Do you know how to do that? Can you email it to me?
Email you the live stream off Facebook?
No. You just make a copy of that.
She'd have to download it.
Well, how did you go back and listen to it, Suzanne?
Just cue it up and play it.
Because on the video feed, you can rewind. You can rewind. That's how.
So, okay, she rewound the video stream. There must be. I really want to play it before we talk. I want to play it. So
just cue it up and put the mic next to it.
Yeah, but I think it'll sound like crap. Let's see. Try it. Just try it. It'll, you know, try the microphone and see what happens. Do a test here and let's hear it.
You're not really used to being wrong, are you?
No. No. Only because I absolutely positively was afraid, especially when he didn't react and I was the only one pressing the button. Go ahead. Not on this stuff, never.
We've done a few of those.
Okay, listen.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of stuff out there, but it doesn't seem, you know...
They don't care?
Nah. Never heard back from the BBB. It just seems like it's gone into a giant hole.
Back it off just a little.
Okay. The one contact we have, his name is Brian Matt. Home
I've
care.
spoken to Brian before.
What has he said? Anything?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to take care of everything. None of this should happen. Customer...
Okay, now, you got to admit, that sounds really like you-know-what.
Now, how many in this room heard what he heard? Did anybody?
Can you see how I can hear that?
I see how you heard it, and it was close, but it was...
So I want to know what it sounded like to you, because first of all, I can't gamble with what if.
Yeah, better to be safe than sorry, Tom.
But here's the thing here's where I realized I was wrong, is not on the should happen, it's the happen, because if he said the other thing, he would have said none of this stuff happens.
You know what I realized?
With a plural. And he didn't have a plural on that word. So that's when I second guessed it, because you wouldn't have said none of this crap happen. You would say none of this crap happens, and he did not say that.
You know what? You know how I knew you were.
You didn't even know. You weren't even listening to anything, were you? You weren't listening to him at all.
The second
you were doodling.
The second I said you were wrong is when it hit me how wrong you were.
But you did. You weren't. When you said I didn't hear it, technically, admit it, you were not even listening to the phone call.
I was so positive it didn't come out, though.
Why,
I bet you lunch.
Do you think it would have cued your ear or something?
I love Tavern on the Green.
Okay, well, I don't care what you love. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, let's talk about this one. Now, John, you called about Corvette City.
Right.
By the way, I want to make it clear, he didn't do anything wrong, he just didn't do anything right. He let it sit there for a month?
4 months.
Oh, my God. And he had a whole list of things to do, right?
He had like 6 things to do and did 1.
The only thing he did was the top, right?
That's correct, sir. Yep.
And the thing he did okay, right?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah.
Okay, so his response was he dropped the ball.
Right. But I wanted to call and tell you this morning he called me and said that if I brought it back, he would correct all of the things that he didn't do for free.
Well, that's nice. What do you feel? How do you?
Radiator core, fix the heater.
Wow. Jeez. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm still in shock, but so I'm going to take it back to him next Monday, the 24th, and drop it off. He said it'd be about a week, and you know, for him to get that done. So.
Man, you cannot ask for better customer service than that.
No.
In all the research we did on him Friday, the guy looked total stand-up. This must have been a fluke.
Yeah, it must have, but I just wanted to put that on the air.
When I talked to him, he says, none of that shit happens. That's what he said to me. None of that shit happens.
Another lunch?
Should, I said.
I know you did.
But do you hear how it is in that context?
Oh, man, you're not letting off this. There's not one person but you that heard it any other way.
No, I'll bet you people who heard that replay thought...
See, I would bet you lunch now, but people will call up making it up.
No, I'll bet you they could hear why I mistook it for that.
What's funny is, Tom, in Mark's defense, we got one email I forwarded to you guys before we even replayed it. He said, hey, the caller said should.
Well, somebody who was listening online.
A cyber analyst.
Somebody online.
Have that man come in as a common man.
Linda, what's going on? Hi, Linda.
Hi, Tom. Thank you so much.
What's going on?
My call. Listen, I got a question about false accusations. I had a dispute between my tenant upstairs and the tenant below. There was a little...
Hold on. This is between who?
My tenant that lived...
Oh, you're the landlord.
Yes.
Okay.
The tenant that lived below.
Okay.
The tenant that lived below, there was a small drip in his ceiling. And so he called the fire department.
Okay.
And he told them...
Wait a minute. He called the fire department because there was a drip in his ceiling?
Right. He called the
None of that shit happens. Excuse me.
I agree with
you. So anyway, what happened?
Anyway, so the fire department came out and they said, oh, it's just a little drip. Give it a little while. Maybe the tenant will come back. And then
Wait a minute. Seriously, Linda, why would he call the fire department about a leak?
Well, I found out that there was a dispute between the two tenants.
But why would he call the fire department?
Well, I don't know.
Did the fire department get pissed off?
No.
And now, when you say a small leak, let's really talk about it. Like if you put a bucket there, how long would it take to fill up?
It would take quite a while because it was just an intermittent drip. It was just an intermittent drip.
All right. So anyway, the downstairs tenant calls the fire department on the upstairs tenant. Now where are we going with this?
So the fire department got ready to leave, and then the downstairs tenant said, well, you got to do something. The upstairs tenant is a drug addict. He said that to the fire department? Yes. He said,
give me a break.
The needles on the balcony, and we think he's passed out in the tub, and when the tub fills up, it's going to flood our unit.
Okay.
So they called in the police department.
And then what happened?
So really he called 911.
I don't know who he called, but now the fire department and the police department is out there, and so they make forced entry into the unit.
They made a forced entry?
They make forced
Well, they thought the guy could be drowning or something.
So what happened then?
Into the unit. No guy in the bathtub. Don't know
Was the guy home?
leak is coming from. No, the tenant upstairs.
All right, so then to sum this all up, where are we now with this? What do you need help with?
Okay, I think it was a false accusation that cost money because...
I would evict the guy. Does he have a lease?
No, the tenant downstairs, I don't own that unit. I don't own that unit.
Wait, this is a condo development and there are different owners.
Right.
Okay,
so
I see.
The tenant that made the accusation, I don't own that unit. He made the accusation.
I mean, do you think he lied about the water, actually?
No, the drip was there because I went over and I saw
but how much did this cost you? You know what? You're saying it's a false accusation, and this guy, I believe it. Do you think he intentionally did it?
I think he intentionally did it. There was a dispute a couple of days before.
Okay, so Linda, you're going to have to take action against him.
Okay, what, the false accusation, that's the charge that I make, or is there another charge?
I'm not talking about criminal. I would sue him in small claims court for all the damages, and I would claim that it was his false allegation due to their dispute that he made this.
What was the damages?
I don't think you're going to win.
The money?
How much is it? How much?
It was $1,200 for the door.
It's a lot of money.
The tenant had items missing, and the tenant moved out, and so...
I would sue the guy, man. This guy is a jerk. I can't believe he did this.
Okay, so we would do small case.
I would.
False accusations.
No, it's not called false accusations. You sue them for damages as a result of calling the fire department. You know, it was an exaggerated false, it was a false report, but there is no such thing like called false accusations. I mean, you're making it sound like there's some kind of claim there.
You sue him for the $1,200.
Just sue him for the monetary damages and say it's because he called the fire department, and once they were ready to leave, he took it a step further. He wasn't satisfied with that. So this is crazy that he called the fire department. Crazy. I think a judge might see your way.
God, it's odd because she's not the one that kicked the door down.
What do you mean?
Well, the damages are the cops knocking down the door.
That's exactly right.
But that's what I'm saying. It's strange because the cops did it.
They had to do it because they were told somebody was in danger.
Yeah.
Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. It is the place to go for used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, and they have not only a big selection of the year, make, and models, but also colors. And this is important. If you're looking, you want variety. You also want variety in lending. That's why you need Rocky's, because they have such a variety in lending, 40 lenders to choose from. So if you need a loan, this is the place to get it, and they also give you top dollar for your trade because they sell most trades right there. They're open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8 at 63rd and Federal. If you're shopping, by all means shop, but then please check out Rocky's as part of your shopping experience. Put them on the list because the prices are clearly marked. It's an open, friendly environment, and this is a big purchase. You don't want to do it unless you at least shop Rocky's. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal.
This report is brought to you by Mercy.
No major problems in the drive across the metro area. If you're on I-270 in the Commerce City area, lots of curiosity delays due to heavy black smoke report.
She's just following whatever you said.
No, it was easy to hear it that way.
Oh,
no,
God, you hear this?
It was.
You're worse than me.
No, it was. It was. When I have a million things going on and this guy is saying that, it's easy to hear that.
Yeah, my ears just more too.
Yeah.
I do agree, though, better safe than sorry if you thought you heard it.
I more than thought. I was so positive.
Mine went right over, guys. So this guy's sitting next to me, and he goes, fuck! And I look at him, he goes, oh, shit! I said, fuck! And it went right out, man. There was no delay, no dump.
Did you get the ball? Oh, there was no dump.
Nothing. No, back then it was a little small studio over on 225.
I would have bet anything on this.
So that was all, everything was live.
Absolutely anything on this. If you would have said $1,000, I would have bet it.
Nothing. It went right out, man. I got a call by Mr. Larson the next morning. It was like 7 a.m.
Wait, oh, it went out?
Mm-hmm. It went
way the fuck. I didn't realize that.
The only thing that really saved he goes, I guess you don't want to be in my building anymore, do you? You don't want to be on any of my radio stations. I was like, oh, man.
No, sir. That's not what it means.
But the only reason I got lucky was late night. It was 11 o'clock at night.
That's 1-800-413-15. Can you imagine living with that lady that just called in?
Oh, shit.
You mean the
what? Every word was stretched out, and it was up.
Why am I? Hold on a second. I guess I was totally.
There's more to that story.
I was totally off. I'm sorry. I see what you were saying. I was totally off. I don't even know why I did that.
I'll tell you why.
Never mind. I thought it was. I mean, they hit, but you have to really force the other break.
I don't think she's going to.
Right now, what do you want me to do?
All he's got to argue is I just told the cops what I thought.
Okay, at the end.
Yeah.
It's there. It wasn't. She didn't kick the door.
So what do you want me to do?
I'm being a smart ass.
What do you want me to do?
Nothing here. We'll do Rally House at the beginning of the next break, and then we'll do Lazare at the end.
It's sober, what do you call it?
Charity? Give a shit.
No, it's not a charity. It's a...
no, I know. I just totally
rehab
center.
So what's it under on that?
So we're going to do the Rally House now, right?
No, I've seen online, but it's on the...
No, we're doing it at the beginning of the next break.
We talked about Raleigh. We didn't.
I would okay.
No, what's it?
Can I do it now? I just would rather do it now because I'll tell you why. I want to give myself myself more time rather than backing into it. I can do it either way, whatever.
It's too late.
Okay, I'll do it later.
Denver's top station, 630 KHOW.
I was looking on the referral.
She's got to get them up. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Let's talk about problems, questions, and complaints. And let's talk about anything on your mind. We have a lot of time. We have our experts here, too. We have Mark Szymanski from Genesis Total Exteriors, and we also have Sam Bailey with ICS of Colorado, which is our private investigators. So, Mark, coming into the middle of the, we're in the middle of the summer, clearly. Home improvements are at an all-time high, and I talked about why I think recession is inevitable. It's inevitable. That has nothing to do with you. You're gonna take advantage of the great business while you have it. But employees are hard to find, right? Really, truly,
they are.
How many people do you have that you've had for a long time? Do you keep most like 50%, 75%?
You know what's really happened? That was really interesting this year. Is a lot of people that have left me over the years have come back because
why?
Because they've been taken advantage of by other contractors that they went to work for.
Okay.
And they're like, I'm not getting paid, or they're short paying me, and times are good, and I can't believe contractors aren't playing their help, especially when help's hard to find, especially good quality help. So right now, I've got paint crews that used to work for me, but again, they went other places, and now they're back with me.
Okay, so when it comes to people, do they call several companies, or do you find they're just calling you? How does that work?
No, I think if you're doing any kind of home improvement, they're getting 3 prices as a typical. If somebody calls in our office and says, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get 8 or 9," it's like, well, I'm not even interested, because
you think that's too many.
It's way too many. They're looking for the lowest price, and what are you going to get for the lowest price?
I think, or they're looking for people who can do it the soonest.
Right, and
everyone wants it done right away, right?
Right away, yeah. I mean, that's tough to do in this environment. Especially if you're doing any kind of a addition or anything like that. To line up all the different trades right now is difficult to do, to keep them all in flow.
Because they're slammed.
They're slammed. They're all slammed.
Now, I just want to tell a little story about this and how it happens. Because, but first, hold on. Really quickly, Mark has a question for Sam, our private investigator, so I'll take that right away. Go ahead.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good, man. What's going on? Do you have a question about private investigation?
Yeah. My question is, I talked to you a couple weeks ago about the woman that was trying to muscle me out of my estate money. She wanted a house and said she was divorced. Now, my question to you, Tom, is with the PI, she claimed that she owned property in Weld County. I can't prove it.
Okay, now, Mark, how did you get hurt here?
She was trying to scam me out of money on a trust. And then I caught it in time listening to you, what to watch for.
Right. So
but nothing's making sense, because she says I had properties, but I just can't access records.
So do you want to background her? I mean, what's the point of proving that she has property in Weld or not?
She claimed that she owned 2 properties. I did verify the divorce, but the ex is majorly in the picture. Something's not right.
Okay. I mean, so it sounds to me like versus just the property, it sounds like you want to background her and kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, I want to know the truth.
Yeah, but why? Why would you want to pay money to know anything about this lady?
Yeah, why? That's what I'm getting at. You haven't even been hurt by her.
Also a solid question.
He's just upset.
Right, you haven't been hurt by her, right?
Well, she took me for 5G.
Oh, well, you didn't. How did she take you? You said she wanted to take money.
I think you bought her a ring, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, she kept that ring still?
Exactly. And I asked her, I said, by law, you're supposed to return it.
No, that's not true, by the way. By law, when people say by law, I always wonder where they get that law from. Because technically, there is no law on it, but there's some common law, and it's usually a gift. It's usually a gift from you to her, and she gets to keep that gift. However, there are some cases where, under false pretenses, you could literally say, well, you scammed me into giving you this ring. And you can. You can. You could actually sue her for it right now in small claims court, because it's $5,000. And you could say, no, it was a gift, but it was under false pretenses. And because she wanted you, before she got married, she wanted you to put her on the house. Isn't that right?
Correct. She wanted me to put her on the house paper.
And when you decided not to do that, she took off, right?
Yep, she bolted.
But then you want to know what now about her? Because this is just now it's just no reason. Why do you want to know what she owns?
Well, because she wanted to get a bigger house. I would have had to sell my property.
But none of that's going to happen, though.
Oh, exactly. I totally agree with you, Tom.
So there's no reason to.
Okay,
in other words, I don't know how you would handle it as a private investigator. If this guy, he sounds like he's pissed, he wants to know about her, it's no harm. I don't think the guy wants to harm her, but would you take a case like that?
Again, it's
idle curiosity?
I'd want to have a little more information as to why you want to pursue that and what benefit's going to be. At the end of the day, I want to be able to give you some ROI. I want to give you some return.
Yeah, what benefit is it, Mark? If you find out she does have property or doesn't, how does that change anything?
Just she wasn't on the level with you, Tom. I want the truth.
You're probably never ever going to get the truth. I mean, that's really I see a lot of these cases come in, and you're going to chase it and chase it and chase it. It's a sunk cost.
Are you basically hurt, Mark? Are you would that be an accurate description? You're hurt?
Yeah, because she scammed me out of that stuff, and I want to know. She said she owns 2 properties, and I can't run the record.
Okay,
down.
so if you find she does, then what? Then what? Would you then you
put a lien on it for the $5 grand?
No,
it's her ring, man.
See. Unless you, first of all, the ring is hers until proven otherwise. So you would have to sue her for the value of that ring. Again, that you gave it to her under false pretenses.
Or find a pawn store.
She probably does. Yeah, she doesn't even have the ring now, probably.
I have no clue, guys.
Have you seen her since you broke up?
No, she keeps blowing up my phone, and I blocked her number.
Like blowing it up for what reason? What does she want?
She says she wants to talk to me.
Okay, so you want this intel so when you talk you can say, by the way, I know you do not own property?
Right. It's like I want to have something so I can say, you lied.
Okay, now it's making more sense. You weren't making sense to me. But if I were you, I would want to get the truth, go meet with her and say, okay, you know what? You lied to me. I want the ring back. It was false pretenses. Otherwise, you know, I can understand you keeping it, but there's no reason for you to keep it.
Or tell her you'll talk to her after she gives it back.
And I would record the whole thing as far as the meeting to protect yourself.
Hey, real quick, though, Deputy Dan, during the break, could you call Dell's for their lunch menu? They're only showing the 16-ounce. I wanted the Wagyu bone-in ribeye. See if they'll add that.
So, Mark, seriously, I think what you need to do is simply... wait, can you do a reverse search? Now, I know you can go to a property to find out who owners are, but you can't just take a person and find out what property they own, can you?
Yeah, you can go.
How?
You can go look in the county.
Under their last name?
Yeah, roger that.
So you'd have to find the counties.
Yep.
And then I thought property records you searched by legal and by address. But
so you can look in the county. I can also just, when I run a background on somebody, properties they've owned in the past, properties they currently own are going to come up as well.
Okay, so do you have her date of birth?
Oh, I got it all.
What's a report like that cost?
Do you have her social?
No.
Okay, when you say you have it all, what do you have?
Date of birth.
Name? Address?
Name. Her maiden name.
Okay.
And married name.
Okay, good.
That's good.
Good. So what does a report like that cost?
What you're looking at, it's 4 hours of work for me. I charge $80 an hour. But with that, you'll essentially get everything on her in her past. We're going to pull her criminal and everything as well. So you're going to know everything about the person.
So so that's 80 times, yeah, 320.
Now, with that, you said that she had been married, but you found out that she definitely... Did you see the court record showing that she'd actually gotten divorced or not?
I called Weld County, and they verified that she is divorced from this guy, but the guy is with her still. That's where I'm thinking
this is screwed up. Mark, I think that you can sue her in small claims court. I go back to that. I wouldn't meet with her. It sounds like you're kind of still hooked on her a little, and I would just give up. She's still with the guy, for goodness sakes. The whole thing just smells. Jeez. By the way, I just want to tell you again, it's unusual to do commercials about this because if you're an addict, you're not going to listen. Now, I hope you would. We have had, over the years, people helped by this show when we talked about addiction. We've had some junkies literally helped because they said, you know what, I really do want to do something about it. If that's the case, and you are an addict, and you don't want to talk to anyone, feel free to call these guys directly or email me live@troubleshooter.com. Truly, and I mean that, if you're an addict. Suzanne, live@troubleshooter.com. Be looking out for those. Now, meanwhile, this commercial is mainly aimed at family, because usually it's the family and loved ones who recommend rehabilitation. They may not know how to do it. So what they do is they call, and in this case, it's the Raleigh House. We've met with these people. I truly think that they are genuine from top to bottom. They absolutely have a love for people and for what they do, and that is imperative. So if you call the Raleigh House, there will be no, grilling. It's no high pressure. They want to help you help the addict in your life, whether it's alcoholism, cocaine, heroin, ecstasy. There's meth. Painkillers are the biggest thing right now. Stimulants, sedatives, and even marijuana has caused problems for many. Mark was with me. Mark, your impression of this, seriously.
Unbelievably beautiful facilities. They're more like homes in a big place. They're all around. It's kind of, I hate to use the word group homes because that could have a negative thing, but they're
did you get the impression that the people that work there, every single one of them, they truly were in it?
No. Well, yeah, but the owner himself, great guy, and I got to tell you, he had his own problems years and years and years ago.
Right. So here's what I'm saying. If you are an addict listening, I'm sorry if I said, you're not going to care, but most don't. But if you do, you can write to me directly before calling or call them. And if you want to get in touch with them, and if you have a loved one who is an addict, they can help you approach them even or tell you how to do it. Here's the number for the Raleigh House. And they have several locations. But here's the main number. Here, I have it here for me, just me, actually. It's 720-893-5559. If you need to talk about it, just write it down and talk to another family member. But that's the number. And if you're an addict and want to go direct, do it. It's 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. And Raleigh, as in Raleigh, North Carolina, that name, it's just TheRaleighHouse.com. It's located, by the way, in the Denver metro area. TheRaleighHouse.com, 720-893-5559.
This report is brought to you by Discover Student
You might
Loans.
want to avoid I-270 in either direction for quite some time. You see, there's a fire at the Suncor refinery causing very big curiosity delays along.
Pretty good little thing they got cooking.
I like that guy. I've done a case for that area. Someone used to the Raleigh House.
Oh, you have? Wow. His dad owned big-time steakhouses.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were going to say the owner has a steakhouse. His dad had a steakhouse I'd like to go to. I thought you were going to work that in.
No, I'm going to Dell's.
I thought he was looking for a way around it.
You like Dell's better than Fleming's?
But I will say
God, yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. I will tell you the truth. This is truly the only time he's ever won lunch. Honest to God, the only time.
Okay, so now we don't shake hands. Because he acknowledges there's the fact we don't shake hands is what he said.
No, I never said, okay,
I'll bet you lunch. I've won lunch before.
See, Mark says, I'll bet you lunch, and then goes ahead and does it and says, see, I won, when I never said yes.
I've seen that also.
You can't, yes.
But I've also seen when you did it, you acknowledged without shaking hands, too.
Well, saying yes, let's bet? Yes. When have I done that? Name one. I'll be glad.
You put me on the spot.
I get out the way. I've never said, okay, let's bet. Never. I've never once said that.
I thought you said okay.
If I said okay, I would pay. I don't have to shake hands. If I said okay, I would have paid.
You owe me a tell. Let me look.
I've never done
I've been tracking it.
Oh, Mark, it's 32.
With this new one, 8.
Hold on, I want you to read this.
In 2 of them, I've had to give to Dan. For lunch bets I've lost with him.
Schedule today for your free in-home
He was let go. Where was he at?
Oh, I see. Is that where, what's his face is?
Yeah, Peter. Yeah. But he said he wanted. I talked to him or texted him. He said he wanted to leave, but I almost find that possible to leave. Was he sports? No, he just did talk in the afternoon.
I mean, I've heard of it. They got a solo stuff too, so that makes me feel like they would get rid of the whole show. What do they put there?
I don't know.
And you know what? Let me know what you think. All right, let's do Joe Lazera in 30.
To protect the family and the environment by the safe disposal of
Want to bet lunch?
I'm gonna watch it here.
On what? On who throws the harder elbow?
No. It's just like an auction site. He says that, and you just like flinch. That's it. You bought it. It's a lunch bet.
They're fast and furious.
Sponsored by the
They are.
Public Health and Environment, the Colorado Broadcasters Association, and this station.
If you're ever accused of anything more serious than welching on the lunch, I mean something like a DUI or a criminal offense, all joking aside, by the way, DUI is probably the most dumb charge you can ever have because there's no reason for it. Absolutely no reason. You can drink. I mean, I'm not even talking about drinking. And you can go out and have a ball, have fun, but you know, the Uber or Lyft apps or just have a friend to drive that's not drinking is the easiest thing. And Joe doesn't need the business, so he says do it. Get the designated drivers. But if you are accused or if you make a mistake, or here's most of the time, people don't even realize that they're under the influence. That's really the truth. They might even have only 2 drinks and say, you know what, I'm not intoxicated. Or they do something like pull off to the side of the road overnight and they get up in the morning, really, this has happened, and they think the alcohol's out of their system and it's not. Or they get popped while they're sleeping behind the wheel because the car was running or the keys are in the ignition. Whatever the circumstance, Joe will not judge you. He will take care of you through the system because you will need help navigating the system. It'll turn your life upside down without him. And he can handle this or any other crime if you are in need of an attorney. Joseph A. Lazera. You can find him on my referral list at referralist.com. Everyone deserves a defense. Everyone. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
I think it is essential for your security and your family's security that we vet anybody coming from anywhere into this country.
Hannity, later today at 1 on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so let's, I want to take somebody who's been waiting the longest, and that's Dave. Go ahead, Dave. Welcome. What's happening?
Well, howdy, Tom.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Well, I think Best Buy is ruining my credit rating.
How?
But last summer, I bought a flat-screen TV for my mother-in-law for about $200. And they told me if I got a Best Buy credit card that I could save 20%. Well, it's okay. Why not? Well, about a month went by, and my son was helping me with bills. My wife had died the month before, and I was way behind on many things. So my son sees this information that I got from Best Buy, and he says, you don't buy enough from there to bother to get their credit card. And to save 20%, let's forget that, and I'll just call them and give them a check over the phone. And
but by the way, had they already charged the TV to your account? Well, was there a balance on your account, sir?
Yeah, yes, there was.
Okay, and was the balance the $160 for the TV or the $200?
Well, I think it was $214, something like that. It was the charge.
Okay. Dave, you told me that you bought the TV to save 20%, right?
Yeah.
With the credit card. That would have brought it down to $160 plus tax.
Right.
Okay. So the balance, did you buy other stuff along with it?
No, I didn't.
So your balance should have been somewhere around $160, $175, right?
Yeah, but my son says forget about the 20%.
I understand. I understand. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. I want to help you with this. So what is the problem right now? Is the problem that they still are charging you
what is the problem?
I went to the store.
What is the problem? Just tell me what the problem is. I want to help you.
I have paid it off completely.
Okay.
Except for their late charge.
All right. Hold on, and we're going to take. We'll help you with this. Hold on.
Hi, this is Courtney Pierce.
I know. Suzanne, can you just get his name and number, and we'll have Daphne call him? I just don't understand what he's calling about.
We are back in stock on our popular Novello shaker cabinet, as well as our
And it's sitting back.
shaker cabinet called Snowhaven. These cabinets are all boxes with hardwood frames and no particle board. Come down and see our new